Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. It is week 1 of update 32. And if we jump into the festival playlist this week, it's a little bit different. We're gonna be working on unlocking the 2024 Ford Mustang and the 2023 Ford Raptor R. This little bar will fill up and we will get one step closer to unlocking the Mustang and the Raptor respectively. If I had to make a guess, we're probably gonna only be unlocking those maybe in like a week or 2 weeks or so. Today though, we are gonna unlock this thing. This is the McLaren Artura. All we have to do is get 20 points in the summer season. But before we do that, we have 2 things to check. Forzathon shop. I'm going to use this opportunity to instead plug something a little bit more interesting. The new AR12 stickers or the t-shirts. There's a link down below. Somewhere on this map is a hidden outpost. Oh, yo, what a bang-on spot to fast travel to. During this month's update, there will be Horizon race-off like festival outpost locations popping up on the map. This one is all the way over here on the western side of the map down by the golf course. You see these bars here on the left and the right? These bars will start to fill up depending on like how close we are to actually unlocking those 2 new cars. Let's jump in and let's unlock the Artura. 30 minutes later, the McLaren Artura is officially unlocked. It's actually the newest McLaren we've got in FH5. We have nearly 700 horsepower in this thing. McLaren actually puts a fire extinguisher in it. That'll come in handy later. Sorry, that was uncalled for. I'm a big fan of McLarens, but now they've immediately gone, let's not work with this guy, ever cross his name off the list. As per usual, this wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the McLaren Scrabble-tiled name. It's essentially the replacement for the McLaren 570S. It's actually got a whole bunch of really cool technology inside of it. The hybrid puts out like 95 horsepower or something like that, and you can actually drive like 15 miles on full electric charge. McLaren for this thing has wanted to up their reliability and not have so many how do I say this in the nicest way? They haven't wanted to have so many orange McLarens. You know what I mean. They will not allow you to use the actual engine in the car until it is properly warmed up. So what that means is if you wake up in the morning, go over and get in your McLaren and turn it on, it will turn on in full electric mode. It will only let you start using the gas engine if you put it into the like other driving mode. However, it still won't let you actually use the engine until it reaches a certain temperature. So it will drive around in only full electric mode with like 95 horsepower or something. And then you have to wait for around 3 to 4 minutes for the engine to warm up. And then McLaren will go, yes, now you can drive the car properly. McLaren's actually built 2 special edition McLaren Arturas. There's a GT4 version that runs throughout Europe at the moment. And there's also a McLaren Artura, I think it's called the Trophy Edition. It's basically a racing series for super rich people where other rich people can buy one of these without any airbags or interiors or radios, and it just races against other McLaren Arturas. It's very cool. I have some high expectations for this car. My 2 favorite McLaren both have very cool customization in FH5. We better have some cool customization in this thing. Anyways, let's see what we can do. Start things off with some engine swaps. We can swap in an Audi R8 V10 and a 4-liter V8 twin turbo. Wait, that's the Senna. Yeah, that's the Senna V8. 800 horsepower from that thing. We'll come back to the Senna engine in a second. I think for now, we'll start with this one. I'm not gonna lie, chat, you are right. It's a little bit disappointing that we don't have the engine from like the McLaren P1. That would have been really fun. The big V12 from the McLaren F1 from back in the day. That would have also been really fun. Do not let me down with the customization. Okay. It's not as bad as you think because the developers didn't actually put like the race tow hook on the front. Okay, I like it. That's not bad. That's not bad. We take that. I guess for now, we're going to build like an S1 class car. We'll go with that. We do have McLaren rear wings. McLaren GT4 rear wing. don't look at that. One of the rules for GT4 racing is you're not allowed to actually have any hybrid systems. We can't pull the hybrid system out. I guess we've got to just stick with it and deal with it. So it is what it is. Anyways, we'll go full racing slicks for the extra grip. I guess we'll upgrade the rear tires just to make them a little bit fatter. We do have a lot of horsepower. Give it some race suspension. Oh my God, the stance looks sick. Call me biased, but I love... Oh, we're done. Top of S1. 3,200 pounds after all of our customization. I'm not going to touch the horsepower because it's actually too powerful already. We do have some lovely McLaren MSO colors. The blue always looks good. McLaren orange, boring black, kind of boring baby blue, and vomit green. If I win the lottery, I will be buying a McLaren like day 1 or day 2. And it will be a baby blue just like this. I won't tell anybody I've won the lottery, but there will be signs. McLaren Artura. Away we go, baby. This is actually what I really must say I do like about FH5. Okay, it was a terrible time to mention this, but we're getting like this new generation of supercars into the game. Like, we've got this thing now. We've got the Ferrari 296. We've got the Huracan Technica and so on and so forth. It is really nice to see the developers like giving us this new generation of supercars. What a cool car. Chat, is that the battery? Do you hear that in the background? Is that the electric motor just spinning up like that? That's so cool. Is it bad that I like this car more than the McLaren Sabre? I'm gonna use the word very incorrectly here, but there's something about affordable McLaren supercars that absolutely just does it for me. The 570S, specifically the 600 LT, was one of my favorite McLarens ever made. I think this thing might replace that. Little bit of brakes going in, back on the gas immediately, hammer it through, a little bit of slide out of the thing, and across the line in a lovely P1. Golden says, fancy taking your McLaren off-road, winky face. Aw, no. Well done, Golden. The WRC Artura, top of S1 class. It's got rally suspension, off-road tires, all-wheel drive. Our Vanta Black McLaren Artura. We're going up against some of the latest and greatest supercars of today. I think the way this McLaren is built, it's just kind of built to be quick. It's got like fast in its DNA. Mid-engine, fairly lightweight, all things considered. And I think those big, chunky off-road tires break. That's 100K. Honestly, not my favorite thing to drive off-road. It doesn't actually have as much grip as I was really hoping. My brain is properly warped after the Ginetta that we drove the other day. The Ginetta that we drove was absolutely insane, and I don't know why, but I guess part of me was kind of hoping that this thing would be similar. It's not. The fact that it is doing off-road rally racing is rather impressive. It was doing off-road rally racing. I'm not really a big fan of driving this thing off-road, so I guess we've now reached the portion of the video where we're gonna find out how fast it is. The McLaren Senna engine, all-wheel drive, and as much goddamn horsepower and grip, as much horsepower and grip as we can. Is the Senna engine very good? That was 200 horsepower from the turbos there. That's pretty good. I think overall, though, this thing, yeah, it's not actually that powerful. 1,200 horsepower. I mean, I'm comparing that to some of the other stuff we have in the game, but that's not crazy. It took a little bit of time, but now there are... Smash. I'm a simple man. I see a McLaren with a Golf paint job. I take the McLaren with a Golf paint job. I probably should have looked at the livery a little closer. It's like somebody described the Golf livery over a telephone to somebody, and this is the paint job they made. Fully upgraded McLaren Artura. I love the look of that GT4 rear wing. I actually tuned the downforce in the front a little bit harder than I usually would, hopefully to mitigate some of the understeer that might pop up, but we'll see. Into the corner. I think that worked well. I think my tuning worked very well. Look at it go up the inside on like 5 cars. This is where we're gonna struggle though. We only have 1,200 horsepower, and compared to some of the other cars that we're gonna be racing against, that's just not enough. Like, these Corvettes can build way more than that for sure. Catch the Corvette. Oh my God, we are so zooming in the corners. There we go. Round the outside on the Corvette. Switch back to the inside. Beautiful. This is where everyone's going to run, though, as soon as the horsepower comes in. Here we go. Gain. Gain. Give me the suck. Give me the suck for... Is your name Fernando Alonso? Yeah, look at the Corvette. Bro, look. Look. See? If you wrote in the comments, oh, you only making fun of me saying that. Bro, did you see the Corvette? The Corvette accelerated so hard. Mad Mike is a professional drifter. And next season, or I guess this season, he's actually going to be drifting a McLaren P1 GTR. He's going to be turning it into a drift car. I was inspired by Mad Mike. How hard could it be to turn a McLaren into a drift car? We're going to do things properly. Rear wheel drive. McLaren Senna V8. We're also going to get rid of that silly front arrow. We're also going to ditch that rear wing and go for this cool, like, lip. I guess we'll make things as legit as we can. We'll go drift tires. Very nice. We will toss on drift suspension. We've already got all the weight reduction and we've already got all of the horsepower. 1,200 horsepower, all to the back wheels in a McLaren. Smoking them up, baby. Oh, shit. No, we're good. We're on the road. Anyways, drifting a McLaren in the dead of night is probably not one of my best ideas, but we're just going to deal with it and send it and, you know, we're going to hope for the best. How hard can it really be? Obviously, since this thing is rear-wheel drive, it's never really going to get that great like a score. 163K, though, is not bad at all. Into the zone we go, McLaren. Send it through. Keep the power up. Give it a little slide in here to extend the corner. Extend the line. Nice. This is actually... We're cooking. Attempt number 2, even better. 175K on attempt number 2. I don't know if it's just McLaren being like nice to the Forza devs and giving them all of like their GT4 and GT3 parts, but it's sick. I really hope it continues. More supercar companies could learn from McLaren. Very nice, beautiful car.